Hello and welcome Waynesville Yoga family. My name is Renee and this class is Mixed Level Flow. So this class is designed with a variety of postures that can be done at the beginner, intermediate, or advanced level. So I will be demonstrating and practicing at the beginner level, and that's for the benefit of our newer yoga practitioners who may need a visual for the postures. And then our intermediate and our advanced level practitioners can go ahead and modify as you see fit. I will demonstrate a couple of moves along with some modifications for the intermediate and advanced level, but do keep in mind that the majority of the poses that I will be doing today will be demonstrated in the beginner level pose for our newer yoga students. That being said, those who are at the intermediate or advanced level, remember, you can always take a practice or two to dial it down a notch. It's always great to, continue to advance and work to your edge, but also it's good to have those days where you just take it back a notch and reset. So just something to keep in mind. You have a lot of options. We're going to go through a lot of different postures today, a lot of different opportunities for all levels. So I hope that you all find this fun and inspiring. So speaking of inspiring, at the end of practice, I have a special treat. During our Shavasana time, I will take you through a mini Yoga Nidra practice. And for those of you who are not familiar with Yoga Nidra, essentially it's like a deep guided relaxation. Just a deep guided relaxation, meditation designed to keep your mind active. I'll be talking you through it, but also allowing your body to fully relax. So for some of you, this might be your first time. Others of you, you know that I do teach a slate of classes that have a Nidra component. So if you find this fun and want to have this become something that's part of your practice, hopefully this will inspire you to take one of my and Nidra classes that are offered here at Waynesville Yoga Center. So that being said, looking forward to practicing with you all today. Before we get started with our flow, just a couple of little housekeeping issues that I'd like to go over before every practice. And the first is props. So with props, I typically have, the usual suspects on hand, right? So for me, that consists of a blanket. Just any old blanket that you have hanging around the house will do. They're really wonderful for adding some extra cushion, particularly when we are in positions where you are on hands and knees. Great for the knees, or anytime you're putting pressure on your knees. They're also great to sit on, gives you a little bit of lift. Not a lot of height, but it certainly gives you a little cushion and a little lift, should you find you need it. So the blanket is also really great for rolling up and using as a neck roll, or if you want to just have a little bit of lift in like a supported fish, they're really great for that as well. And you also might want to think about having a second one on hand, because when if you are the type that typically gets cold during Shavasana, an extra blanket is really great to just have on hand to kind of snuggle up in and get warm, especially today when we're doing our Yoga Nidra. You'll have time to get into your final rest, but again, if you want to have an extra blanket to just kind of warm up and toasty up the body to help you get relaxed, I highly, highly recommend having that on hand. Our second prop that typically I have on hand here is the bolster. And these are just great for giving lift, good firm support. So if you don't have a yoga bolster, couch cushion will do. You just want something, you don't want something as soft as like a bedroom pillow that you sleep on. You want something that's got some firmness to it because you will need it for some height and support, and you want that to be firm and sturdy, but also still provides you with that nice cushion. You don't want it to be, you know, rock hard. You don't want to lay on a block of wood or anything. So couch cushion or your standard yoga bolster, fabulous to have on hand. And then blocks, typical yoga blocks, always wonderful to have. I use them. They are great for getting link and support in a variety of positions. If you don't have typical yoga blocks, just something about the same size as them will do. All you want to do is make sure that they are solid, so when you lean on them, they're not going to crush down on you. It's going to definitely support the weight of your body and whatever pressure you're putting down on those. So those are the props. None of these are required for this practice, but again, they're always just really wonderful to have on hand when we, as we go through our flow. And then the last thing I want to mention is music. Those of you who attend my live classes, you know I love a good playlist. I'm very much one of those individuals who are fueled by music in their practice. So if you find that this is you, do feel free to turn up and blast your music and have fun during this practice. I highly, highly recommend it. My only caveat to that is just make sure that your device or remote or whatever apparatus you have your music playing on, that you have it somewhat handy so you can turn the music off at the end of the practice. During the Yoga Nidra portion, it's going to be it's not your traditional Yoga Nidra length, but during that portion of the class, you definitely want to have the room quiet so you can hear the sound of my voice and follow the imagery as we move through that portion of the practice. Okay? So I say let's go ahead and let's get started. So we are going to begin in a comfortable, easy seat position. Going to take a few moments to center in and begin to prepare our bodies and our minds for our flow. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You're welcome to, you see I'm sitting up on a blanket. You're also welcome to sit up on a bolster if that's more comfortable, or no support, whatever works best for you. You just want to make sure that you're sitting up nice and tall. You've got your sits bones firmly placed on your supporter on the ground. And you've got a nice long line of energy coming up from the tailbone all the way up through the top of the head, so you're sitting up nice and straight. And then let's just go ahead and close our eyes. Begin to focus in on the sound of your breath. And just start to notice how it feels as you inhale and how it feels as you exhale. And notice where the breath goes as it's moving in and out of the body. So if you find that it's pulling up in the shoulders because you've got some tension, go ahead and breathe deeply into that area. And then just big sigh it out and let it all go. So just take 2 or 3 rounds of just some nice, long, deep inhales. And then some nice, long, audible exhales. Beautiful. One more time. Long, deep inhale. Big sigh out. Wonderful. And now begin to return to your natural rhythmic flow of breath. Just quiet the mind, quiet the body. If you have any fleeting thoughts or something that's tugging at you on your to-do list, just take this moment now to just tuck those away for a little while. Just focus in on you, right here, right now, on this mat, in this space. As you're settling in, I invite you to take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. This can be one word, a short phrase, maybe it's something you want to accomplish by the end of your practice today. Maybe by the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month of the year. Ooh, end of the month is coming up, right around the corner. Whatever it may be. It's yours and yours alone. Just take this time to find that which may fuel you and your movement today. Begin to introduce some Ujjayi breathing. Get that nice rustling inhale. Then oceanic sounding exhale. This last moment here to thank yourself for being here today. Feel that wave of gratitude pass through your body. Now begin to slowly open your eyes. Start to take in the colors of the room. And on your next inhale, go ahead and raise those arms up to the sky. And then just pause at the top here. And just feel how your shoulders feel. If you're gripping and tight, just take a minute to just scrunch them up a little bit more and then let them roll, let your shoulder blades roll down your back. So you'll get a little more height lift in the arms, but you'll also take any crunching out of your shoulders. And then go ahead and on your next exhale, release those arms down. Beautiful job. Let's do that again. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Starting to warm up that shoulder joint. Inhale it up. Upper back warming. Exhale it down. Beautiful. Adding on your next inhale up. Hold here. And then as you exhale, take your right arm, plant it on the ground, and then lean your upper body over to the right. Excellent. Now here we're beginning to warm up the back and the side body. So here, remember to keep that opposite side hip planted to the ground. You want to feel a nice stretch through here. You don't want to be up and over like this. You want to make sure you're planted and you're feeling the stretch of the side body. Beautiful. Then inhale it up. Then exhale the left arm down. And then that right arm comes up and over. And I'm not mirroring, so just go to your left and right. Beautiful. Inhale up. Couple of rounds on your own, following your breath. Inhaling up, exhale. Beautiful. Now inhale up, adding on. Just gonna take a nice gentle twist to the right. Still warming up that back, so nothing deep. Nothing that presses your body too hard. Inhale up, and then exhale over to the other side. Inhale up, exhale other side. Inhale up, exhale other side. Beautiful job. And then your next inhale, bring it on up and bring those arms down. And now just take a few moments here. On your inhale, roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then exhale those shoulders back down the back. So just doing some nice big shoulder rolls. Again, still warming up that shoulder joint, upper back. Do a few rounds to the rhythm of your natural breath. And then on your next exhale, just find some stillness at the end of the breath, and then inhale in the opposite direction and go the other way. Beautiful. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Just feel that shoulder joint warming, warming, warming. Beautiful job. And then on your next exhale, find stillness at the bottom of that shoulder roll. Just hold here for a moment. Just take an inventory of how the body has changed, how it's starting to warm, starting to feel some warm sensations in the shoulders, in the back. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, go ahead and roll over to hands and knees. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me from the side. And come into your tabletop position. So just quickly checking alignment. You want to make sure that you've got your wrists in line with your shoulders. You don't want to be out here. You want to be here. You want to have a nice firm foundation, and you want to have knees in line with hips. Beautiful. And now on your next inhale, you want to drop that belly and lift that chin. And then exhale, cap. Arch that back. Tuck in that tummy. Inhale and lift. Exhale and arch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arch. And just go ahead and take a few rounds of this on your own. Beautiful job. Just feel that back warming up. And then from here, go ahead and find kind of any organic movements that feel good. So if you want to just lean back and dip your hips, go right ahead, circle them in one direction, circle them in another. Maybe cat-cow is what you need right now. Just find whatever it is you need. Excellent job. And then, in a moment, your next exhale, just go ahead and find stillness. Beautiful. Now from here, take your left hand, just move it a little bit more towards the center, and then raise your right arm up to the sky. You also might want to spread the knees a little bit, just to get a little bit more lift out of that twist. Beautiful. And exhale that arm down. And then plant that right arm. Lift that left arm up to the sky. And then go ahead and bring it down. And just one more time each way. warm-ups here. Just go ahead and plant those knees right firmly where they are. Begin to walk those hands forward and stretch out those shoulders and puppy pose. Beautiful. Take a few deep breaths here. Excellent job, everybody. Couple more breaths. Feel that warming of the blood flow coming into those shoulders. And on your next inhale, go ahead and walk those hands back up to tabletop position. And take your toes, tuck them under, and begin to prepare ahead to lift those hips up into downward facing dog. Beautiful. It's the first down dog of the day. So just take your time here. Start to warm up those knees, those calves, those hips, and those thighs. And remember, for our intermediate and more advanced practitioners, but also just some alignment, something to note for your alignment for our newer yogis. If you are looking to increase strength in the shoulders, you want to have a longer line in the upper body. If you want to take the pressure out of the shoulders, you can shorten your down dog stance. Whatever works for you. You know, every day might be a little bit different. So what felt one way one day may feel a little different another. So just go ahead and continue to pedal that out. Beautiful. And then find stillness in those heels. Begin to prepare ahead. If you need to adjust your hands a little bit, you can go ahead and do that as we take our down dog and roll it forward into plank. Beautiful. And if you're newer to yoga, you can take your plank either on your toes, or you can also take it on your knees. Now, something to keep in mind, you're still going to get that amazing core work even in the knee position. It's just a less intense version. Just make sure you've got that long line of energy from the crown of the head all the way down the back, and that you have a nice straight back and you're not dipping or piking. And that's the same thing for plank on the toes. Yes, you're still holding, so breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, don't dip, and be careful not to pike. Beautiful. And now from here, go ahead and lower those knees down, and then lower down to your chest, and lower down to your chin. And then come on up to baby cobra. Lower that down. And on your next inhale, tuck those toes, lift up to plank, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now go ahead and take that vinyasa again. Inhale the plank. Lower it on down to knees, chest, chin. Inhale the baby cobra. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale up to plank. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and do that 2 more times. And for intermediate and advanced practitioners, instead of knees, chest, chin, you do have the option to go straight into chaturanga, up dog, if that's in your practice. Beautiful job. One more time. Down dog. Inhale, plank. Roll forward. Knees, chest, chin, and chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale it down. Inhale the plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now the body should be feeling nice and warm. And then from here, go ahead and walk those feet up to your hands or hop. That's in your practice. And inhale it up to a flat back. Exhale and fold. And inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Exhale into your mountain pose. Beautiful. Inhale it up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step those feet back into plank. Go ahead and lower it on down. Chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now walk or hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, circle sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. I'm going to turn to face you all so you can see me from the front. And from here, go ahead and inhale those arms up. And then exhale down into chair. Beautiful job. Sink a little deeper into that chair. And now with the arms, check your arm alignment. If you find that you're not getting good lift, go ahead and scrunch those shoulders up and have those shoulder blades slide down your back. Beautiful, beautiful job. And then from here, inhale your hands to heart center. And then exhale, take left elbow to right knee and twist. Beautiful. Intermediate advance, the option to open up the arms. Beautiful job, couple breaths here. Go ahead and inhale it back to center, up to chair. Then exhale and twist to the other side, right elbow, left knee. Beautiful again, option. Open the arms. Beautiful job. From here, inhale back to center, back to chair. And then look down at the feet. Make sure they're nice and grounded, firmly planted. Begin to shift your weight into your right foot. And then take your left knee and cross it over the right for figure four chair. Beautiful. In advanced practitioners, you have the option to come up, down, head to the floor if you'd like. Beautiful job. Hold, hold, hold. I know it burns. Excellent. Now inhale up. Bring your hands to heart center. And now down by your side, knee is still up. And now bring that leg down beside and begin to bring your left leg out behind you. Start to reach back with your left arm or that left foot and lean forward for dancer. Bring that right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. And just an alignment check here. Make sure you're not twisting the shoulders, that the shoulders stay broad in the center, and that your leg is not kinked out to the side, but it's in line with your hips. Beautiful job, beautiful form. Hold and breathe. Remember, as with all balance poses, find that point across the room from you. Focus your drishti, your gaze. And then go ahead and release that foot. Inhale, knee back up and down. Beautiful. Now bring those hands to the side. Just shake out those legs a little bit. And find mountain pose. And just take stock here. How different the two sides of the body feel. Excellent. Go ahead and inhale, arms up. And then exhale into chair. Beautiful. Now with your chair, take a look down at your feet. Make sure you can see your toes. Excellent. You can sink down a little bit lower if you'd like. Challenge yourself in that chair. Beautiful. Go ahead and raise that right knee up and cross it over. Sink it low. Beautiful again. Intermediate advance if you want to take it down to the floor. You're welcome to. Beautiful job. Hold, hold, hold. So a nice stretch in your hip. Excellent. Now inhale up. That knee is up. And then begin to prep for dancer. On the opposite side. Remember your alignment. Remember your shoulders broad across the front. Shoulder tips are forward. You're not twisting off to the side. That actually throws your balance off. If you twist off to the side. So beautiful job. Hold, hold, hold. Excellent. That nice arch in the back. Really kick that foot into the hand. Excellent. Now go ahead and bring that knee back up. And plant it down on the ground. Beautiful. Just take a moment here. Acknowledge the equilibrium in the body. And from here, circle sweep those arms up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale it to a flat back. And then exhale, plant those hands. And walk your feet about hip distance apart. And start to come back into your Malasana squat. Now, a couple of things here. If you find in Malasana squat, your heels lift, you want to bring a blanket underneath your heels. You want to raise that floor, because what you don't want to be is up on the tiptoes in the squat. So just bring the blanket. That will bring the floor up and will give you that equilibrium. I always put a blanket under my heels because I am a tiptoer. Another option for support in this position is the block. You also have the option to use that as a support and sit on the block while in your squat. Just make sure you've got a nice straight back. You're not leaned over. You've got a nice straight back. Your elbows are firmly planted by your knees. You're getting a nice push and really feeling that energetic sensation in the hips. Beautiful job. Hold and breathe here. And then take your left hand, plant it on the ground, and take your right arm, bring it up to the sky. A Malasana twist. Beautiful job. exhale, plant that right arm. Again, mindful of that elbow position. You're making sure you're still maintaining that elbow against the inner thigh, inner knee. On that right side, and then lift it on up, left arm up. Beautiful. And come back to center. Hold your squat. And plant those hands and lift those hips and roll it on back up to forward fold. And at this point, you might want to just kick your props off to the side. Beautiful. Then go ahead and inhale. Roll it all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Now from the top of your mat, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Step it back to plank. Beautiful. Take your vinyasa, whichever one you prefer. Meet back in downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Again, inhale to plank. One more time. Lower it on down. Come up to your back bend. Tuck those toes. Lift those hips. Back to down dog. Beautiful. Now roll forward to your plank. Excellent. Hold here. Then exhale it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now take that left leg, bring it a little towards your right foot, and then lift that right leg up, three-leg dog. And exhale. Come through to your lunge. Inhale, arms up. And exhale and twist. Beautiful. Inhale it up. And then exhale and roll it out to warrior two. Beautiful job. Now, looking at your feet alignment, make sure you've got that heel in line with the arch. And then inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then this time, go ahead and exhale and straighten that front leg. Take your right arm, stretch it on out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then lower down over that front leg. Bring your left arm up into triangle. So, in your triangle, keep in mind that an important feature of this is that rotation of the upper body. So if you are finding that you are here, if your hand's on the floor, you find your upper body compromised or collapsing, then just bring that bottom arm up so you get that beautiful rotation in the upper body. Excellent. Also, be mindful of your props. If you need a block, grab a block. It's an excellent support here. Beautiful. Now firmly with firm legs, raise up your upper body. Back into your warrior two. Inhale it to reverse. Then go ahead and exhale and windmill those arms down to your lunge and then to your plank. And go ahead and take your vinyasa, lower it down, come into your back bend. Tuck those toes. Lift up, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now plant that right foot a little closer to your left. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, swing it through. Inhale up your lunge. Then exhale, twist that body over to the left. Inhale up, twist it right. Beautiful job. Inhale it up, and then exhale it into your warrior two. Beautiful. And then from here, inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side. And inhale, reverse. And again, this time stretch that front leg straight. Begin to lean the upper body over that front leg. And come on down to your triangle. And again, if you're finding that the arm is down here, the upper body is here, just bring up that leg. And keep in mind that two sides of the body are going to be different. So what you could do on one side might not necessarily look exactly the same on the other. So if you find that you've got a side that's a little tighter, certain positions, you might want to spend a little extra time there. Beautiful job. And firm legs. Inhale on up. Back into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, go ahead and windmill those arms down. Step it back into your plank and take your vinyasa. Beautiful job. Tuck those toes, lift those hips. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. And from here, just go ahead and come down to the knees and sink those hips back. Come into child's pose. Beautiful. Just take a few moments of breath there. Acknowledge how the body's feeling in this moment. Excellent. Then come on up to hands and knees. And make sure you've got enough room on your mat to roll on forward onto your belly. And then bring those elbows up for Sphinx pose. So in your Sphinx, you really want to get that back engagement. Bring the tips of the elbows a little bit further forward and then drag those arms back. Lift that chin. Look straight ahead. Beautiful sphinxes, folks. Beautiful, beautiful. And go ahead and lower it down. And plant those hands. Sit back. All the way back to child's pose. One more time. Go ahead and sit up on those knees. thunderbolt. Take a moment here, acknowledging how the body feels. And then go ahead and slide those feet in front of you. Plant those feet flat on the floor as we prep for our boat pose. Beautiful. So here, many options with boat. So feet planted, hands on knees, and your upper body is in a nice long line. You're really feeling that ab engagement. You can feel free to stay here. This is getting core work in. Next level, go ahead and lift those arms. Beautiful. If you want to intensify it even more, go ahead and lift those feet. And even more, straighten those feet. Beautiful. Many variations. Find where you're at today. And hold and breathe. And make sure that you're minding that engagement here. And it's easy to want to roll forward on the back, but you want to make the abs do the work. Beautiful. And then go ahead and lower it all the way down to your back. Excellent. And then here, go ahead and stretch your left leg out long. Bring your right knee into your chest and squeeze. Feel a nice release in the lower back. Nice stretch in your thigh. Beautiful. And if you feel that left leg kind of popping up, go ahead and take your left arm and just place it on there. Sometimes it helps just to have it there. Just make sure that both of your hip bones are planted. Excellent. And on your next exhale, go ahead and take that knee and cross it over the body. And breathe here. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring that leg back to center and then stretch it out long. Beautiful. Just take a moment here. Again, just notice how the two sides of the body feel different. Bring that left knee into the body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Feel that stretch along through the hips. And then on your next exhale, cross that knee over. And stretch your left arm off to the side. Beautiful job. And now it feels like we could stay here all day. Go ahead and bring it back to center. And then bring your other knee in to meet it. And then go ahead and press both feet flat on the floor. Start to bring those heels up close to the bum. Plant those hands, plant those feet. Begin to lift those hips on the inhale for your bridge. Beautiful. And if available, bring bring those hands underneath the body. Tuck those shoulders under. No, nice release here. Back bend. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release it down. Beautiful. Now here, begin to prepare for your final rest. So go ahead and bring those knees into the chest. If you want to rock it back and forth, or happy baby, our intermediate or advanced, you may want to take a plow. Beautiful job. And then let's all meet with legs up the wall. Excellent job. Breathe here for a moment. Let's feel that blood flow, rebalance in the body. Then go ahead and bring those knees down and take one last squeeze of the hips into the body. And then go ahead and stretch your body out long and find your final resting position. Whether that be Shavasana, everybody's a little bit different. Some people like legs up a wall as a final rest. Me, I like to have a little fish pose. So as you find your final resting position, I'm going to sit up as I walk you through our little mini yoga nidra. So go ahead and get comfortable lying on your back and closing your eyes. Go ahead and relax your body and your mind as much as you can. Just try to remain still. If you feel an itch or a compulsion to move, just simply try to refocus on your practice here, right now. But go ahead and take care of that itch, wiggle it out a little, but then refocus. And if you find yourself starting to doze off, just silently whisper, I will stay awake. Go ahead, as we did at the beginning of this practice, focus in on your breathing and the feeling of your breath moving in and out of your body. You're welcome to revisit your intention for this practice in this moment. Take a deep breath in and simply repeat your intention as you take a deep breath out. During our very busy days, we're often spending a lot of time in our heads. We have swirling thoughts and stress and all of these things, and they can be controlled and soothed by reconnecting with our bodies and directing awareness to our body. Starting with your neck and your shoulders. Just listen in to your body and how it feels. There's tension there. Just feel it releasing and dissipating out of the muscles. Feel them release and relax. body. Feel the earth supporting it and release any tension that you're holding in that space. Let it melt into the earth. And let the earth hold you up. Next, bring your awareness to the muscles of your face and your arms, your legs, on either side. Sense what you're feeling in the points between your eyebrows, cheeks, the lips. Sense your awareness in your arms, your shoulders, your elbows, your hands. Now your hips, your legs, your knees, ankles, and toes. Bring your awareness to these points in the body. Notice any tension you may be feeling in any of those spaces. Now just imagine it releasing, floating up and out. Your body is releasing and relaxing. When you finish scanning your body, shine that light of awareness into your heart space. And notice anything that you're feeling in there. Just allow it to release and let go. Now imagine yourself sitting on a rock by the side of a flowing stream, looking down into the waters. You're observing your thoughts and emotions just flowing past you. Be present and aware of those thoughts, but don't attach to them. Just let them flow on down the river. Now breathe naturally and calmly. Focusing on the sensation of the air passing through your nostrils and into your throat, into your chest cavity, filling up your lungs, and then releasing out the lungs, the chest, the throat, through the nostrils. And then imagine you comforted and relaxed. Just feel that warmth and that energy envelop your entire body. And any lingering tensions in any spaces, release and let go. And then just sinking slowly. Relaxing on the earth. And now, without changing a thing, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Inhales and those exhales. And when you're ready, start to begin to introduce life into those extremities. Start wiggling those fingers, wiggling those toes. And when you're ready, begin to roll those wrists and those ankles in one direction. And then take them for a few rolls in the other. And if you're ready, go ahead and stretch your body long. Feel that nice long stretch all the way from the tips of the fingers, all the way through the tips of the toes, and stretch it out. And then go ahead and slowly roll to one side, it doesn't matter which one. Just hold and pause here. Just sense everything coming together, integrating all of your whole practice today. And then with your top arm, go ahead, press yourself on up to a comfortable seat. Try to keep your eyes closed if you can, or if you prefer them open, just keep your gaze soft. You can keep hands on knees or bring them up to heart center. And just take this moment to thank yourself for dedicating time to you today, to practice connecting mind, body, movement, breath. And I would like to take this time to thank you for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you again soon.